Hello, this is February 9th. It is February 9th, rather, and this is Three Things with Ian, episode 40. I realize you're seeing me a little differently. I actually have contacts in and my hair's wet. And I'm wearing, once again, a monotone colored shirt. I swear that I rarely wear the clothes that you're seeing. They're so boring. I'm sorry. I got to add some more pop, so I added a few plants in the background. So anyway, episode 40. Wow, we're getting to some real numbers here. So Super Bowl Sunday. Yesterday was my sort of rundown. I'm gonna do one more topic today, just as a kind of a recap. So let's dive in. My first topic, near and dear to my heart, is television. I wanted to talk a little bit about TGI Friday. That was the beloved 8 to 10, 10:30 lineup of family sitcoms. Any child from the 90s and 80s will tell you that the golden age TGIF was 89-ish to about 2000, where it really petered out. We won't even talk about the end because it was dramatic and it was short and it was devastating. So I remember very clearly, did not have cable, did not have Nickelodeon, ABC, CBS, Fox. That was the triad. TGI Friday was the required TV watching. That was the equivalent of the water cooler talk. That was what was on. There was that Sunday night Disney movie for probably multiple decades where they kind of was. I give Disney credit because they kind of just went for it. That was the days of actually original screenplays. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. Anyway, we got to talk about the top 5 TGIF shows. Thank God it's Friday for those that are not quite up to date with the acronym. So we're going to start with number 5. Number 5, you would think would be Step by Step. That is the internet consensus. For me, it's Dinosaurs. This is the rare example of a show so far in the left field and unexpected that it actually was good. It ran for like 3 years, 91, 94. It's a family sitcom and it follows a group of dinosaurs, a family of dinosaurs. They wear flannel. They have, I think, just tops. There's no bottoms, kind of like Winnie the Pooh. It's puppetry, I think. It's not CGI, and maybe it's just... I'm not actually sure. I probably should have done more research. But Dinosaurs was nuts, and I loved it. And it came out... I think I probably saw it in 92, 93. I don't remember seeing the first season. It just, for me, it worked. A lot of people, this is like on the top 10, but maybe not the top 5. Number 4, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. This was solid. This was a good show. A talking cat named Salem was that's phenomenal, right? Melissa Joan Hart actually probably doesn't get the credit she deserves for this. She did most of the heavy lifting. She kind of had a lughead boyfriend there, and the aunts, and it was the wizard and the tomfoolery, and just the plots were never the point of the show, right? And then the top 3, the Holy Trinity. This is pretty much, I think, unobjectively, these are the top 3 TGIF shows. Full House. Can't say enough about that. Wish they hadn't touched redoing it in any capacity. Those were abject failures. But Family Matters is number 2. The House That Urkel Built. There's no human being that represents the early 90s more than Urkel. And then Stefan, his alter ego, who he actually was in real life. It was interesting. He's just kind of playing himself. Anyway, I didn't realize that Urkel, he was in everything. He was in Step by Step. He appeared in an episode of Full House. He wrote a letter to the Boy Meets World characters. He actually wasn't on the show, but he had a letter that was read out loud. Family Matters was excellent, and either you loved Urkel or you hated Urkel. I think most kids loved him. Did I do that? That was kind of his thing, right? The Winslows were the family, but it really was the Urkel show. Interesting that the patriarch of the family, the main guy, he actually was also the main cop in Die Hard, which is interesting enough, basically playing the same character. And then number one of the TGIF mantle, the Mount Rushmore, Boy Meets World, To me, this defines TGIF. It's the heart and soul. Not as corny as Full House, not as ridiculous as Family Matters. Boy Meets World remained on for the entirety of the run, which even Full House can't say. Is a simple premise, a boy's coming of age. It just played it straight and relatable. There's no bells and whistles. It was high school. It was just humans interacting, and phenomenal cast. Principal Feeney, just top to bottom, Topanga. Just a great show. I'm worried about watching it nowadays. I haven't gone back and watched any of these, to be honest. I feel like most of them are kind of in a streaming limbo. But anyway, that's my top 5. Notable mentions, Step by Step. Like I said, I snubbed it. Hang Out with Mr. Cooper, Sister, Sister. Do yourself a favor. If you have a free 10 minutes, research TGI Friday and just see the different shows. There's a lot of shows that I've never seen, never heard of. It is a important chapter of American TV. So anyway, that's my TGIF recap. Piggybanks. Number 2, Piggybanks. We live in a world where I think everybody has, this is, I guess, mostly defaulting to children, but everyone has like a bunch of piggy banks. 90% of it is pennies. What a weird concept. I didn't research the origins of the piggy bank. Maybe it's like the teddy bear and Theodore Roosevelt. Maybe there's a cool historical story, but piggy banks are interesting. You just put a bunch of coins in and forget about, and then you find them one day and you find you have like $3 and you go crazy and it feels like free money, but literally it took like multiple years to get there. Piggy banks are just a weird thing. I wonder if internationally there's like a different animal that, like in Europe there's like a hippo or something. Probably not a hippo, but piggy banks are weird. That's my number 2 thing. And then number 3, actually, if you let me know if you're a piggy bank person, if you can remember when you were a child and you actually like dumped it out on the counter and got everything together. Did you have $20? Did you have more? If you're doing it right, it's mostly quarters, but I feel like everyone's I've seen is essentially just nickels and pennies, which take forever to build up. But we're going to go to the bank sometime soon here, and we're going to give some nickels and dimes rolls and convert that into hard currency. My last thing, SuperBOWL. I talked about snacks. I wanted to share with you my lineup for today. In no particular order, I got pizza, wings, chips and dip. Right, you need both for this big game. One is not enough for the occasion. I got one of those pizza cookies. Essentially, it's just a big cookie in the shape of a pizza that you heat up. Pretzel bites, and maybe mini corn dogs if I'm still hungry, which would be remarkable with that much food. Looking forward to the game tonight. Like I said, it's a big cultural thing. I just hope it's good. I hope there's 3 or 4 commercials. I got to be honest, I'm in a weird situation where I'm watching it on Tubi. So fingers crossed, toes crossed that it actually works. Fox is like one of the few channels. Fox and ESPN fall into that weird limbo period where I don't have them covered by any services. So Tubi picked it up. Tubi will probably see the most viewers they will ever see. I hope it goes well for them. I'll put it on probably a little bit early to make sure I don't get blocked by I'm forgetting the word here, but basically when it spazzes out. So anyway, hope for a great game. I'd love to hear your TGI Friday shows, TGIF shows. I know everybody listening to this can at least relate to that a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Boy Meets World isn't number 1. Tell me what is. And empty those piggy banks. All right, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.